That's good.
All right, how you doing today, Miss Teen Teen?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself, Tim?
I am doing pretty good, and thanks for reaching out to me on Instagram. I look forward to helping you put together your life coaching business. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
start by asking you, to basically tell me what inspired you to become a life coach.
I want to be a life coach because I want to inspire others and lead people to achieve their dreams. Because you have dreams out there, and why not go get it? Sometimes you need guidance and accountability. This will help with that.
I like that. I like that. Good answer. It's a really big emergence of life coaches, business coaches, like all kind of coaches now. So what that tells me is that the world needs a lot of help. And I call
Mm-hmm.
life coaches change agents, or any kind of coach. I call them change agents, but more particularly life coaches, just because that's what you do is basically you transform lives. So whether it's through services, courses, one-on-one sessions, group coaching, or even just motivational posts, basically what you're doing is changing the mindset, which ultimately changes the person, right?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by introducing myself. You told me, what inspired you to become a life coach, and now I'll just tell you what
Mm-hmm.
kind of qualifies me to help you create your life coaching business. And thanks again for being the 1,000 IG. I don't call them followers. We'll say friends. All right. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Now, my name is Timothy Simpson. That's my government name. I go by Tim the Motivator. So just say initially, I actually wanted to be a life coach and motivational speaker. Now, I started
Mm.
my journey like years ago, like you in college. I probably was like 19, and what got me started was I would listen to other motivational speakers and life coaches, like Les Brown, who's probably like one of the
Oh, yeah.
recognizable. I listened to Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn. I was just listening to him this morning. He was on something with Gary Vee. Anthony Robbins. So I listened to probably some of the best speakers to ever live. And what it did was it kind of helped me basically keep my positive mindset, which, that's important
Mm-hmm.
in a world full of, some negative people. It helped me to be more optimistic, and it actually helped me in my entrepreneurial ventures. Like I've owned over 11 different businesses in 7 different industries, made over $3 million as an entrepreneur, and just say the main activator was positive reinforcement. So affirmations, listening to positive speakers. I basically supplemented the radio for audiobook. So just say,
Hmm.
regardless of which one of my cars I got in, I had audiobooks, and it was either from Les Brown, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, which is a book that I highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, who's a very successful entrepreneur. He's also, to me, he's also a motivational speaker. He probably wouldn't consider himself that, but he shares a lot of positive information, and he basically gives you a blueprint to success. All right. Now, like I said, so that's kind of how I got into it. So I just evolved into a business and life coach, but I've basically been doing it pretty much all my life. I can remember as far back when I was 10, I was living in Germany. I started my first business at 8. So by the time I got to Germany at 10, I started my second business. But what I also was doing was empowering others, like my peers, through a gymnastics organization that I created, where I would basically teach people how to conquer their fears by failing first. All right. Now it's a saying that you want to
Huh.
fail forward, meaning how I would do, all right, just say we would go on a sandbox and we would probably go about 10, 15 feet up. And I would say, all right, don't try to do a backflip, just fall in the sand. And the reason why I would do that is to show you to see worst case scenario, it's not that bad. So they would fall and be like,
That's
okay,
true.
if I didn't complete the flip, no, it's not that bad. I'm falling in the sand. And then they would confidently get up there and actually do a flip without fear. So I basically stripped the fear by having them fail first. Now, Henry Ford, the founder of General Motors, he has a really famous quote that I love. He said, "Failure is the opportunity to start again more intelligently." So he basically said it's all right to fail. Once you fail, then you can kind of analyze, all right, what did I do wrong? And then kind of figure out how to get on the right track. All right. So I tell, no matter where I speak at, I tell, the audience, hey, look, don't be afraid to fail, because most people are not immobilized by lack of money, lack of resources, lack of know-how. They're actually immobilized by fear. So fear is like the public enemy number one. Just like public speaking. Public speaking is actually the number one fear amongst everybody. It could be the biggest, strongest, male or female. They're afraid to speak. So once you conquer your fears, it's like the world is yours. You can do anything. And so, it's a lot of things that, kind of come along with it, meaning don't allow other people's fears to be projected on you, whether it's your parents, your peers, your classmates. You can't allow their limitations to become your limitations. So part of being a life coach, you will basically be helping thousands and hopefully millions of people overcome their fears. All right. So just say start off, one of the most important things you would need to do is overcome your fears. All right. So if there's any fears you have, that way when you project your courses, your systems, just however you plan on helping them, because there's a lot of different ways, which we'll get into it. You want to basically be able to say, this is how I overcame this fear. All right. And this, it could be any kind of fear of riding a bike, fear of heights. You want to try to conquer your own personal fear, especially the ones that hold you back. Now, I'm not going to say if you're afraid of snakes, go pet a snake. Like, nothing like that. So more of, we'll just say professional fears. So if it's fear of applying for a job and not getting it, if it's fear of starting a business and not succeeding, if it's fear of speaking, all right, because you're a life coach, guess what? We live in a digital era. You're going to have to speak, whether it's.
Oh, I love speaking.
Well, get this. You already conquered the biggest fear. So it's like, what else can stop you? So now, all right. Now, as far as putting your business together, we'll start with the basics. All right. Are you familiar with a business plan?
Yes, I actually made a business plan for a competition this semester.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't related to life coaching.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and put something together real quick then. Now, I usually I call it my $3 million business plan template, because I used it. Matter of fact, I was in college. I was 22 in 2002, and I basically wrote a business plan for my LLC that spawned 11 businesses and over $3 million. And I use a really short template. All right, 5 W's, 1 H. 5 W's, 1 H. And the reason why I tell people to do short business plans is because unless you're trying to get a business loan or investors, your business plan basically is your vehicle to get you from A to B to C to Z. So it just needs to, you just get it. Now, if you got partners, yeah, they need to get it too. But if you're a life coach, that's kind of like a solo journey, at least till you build your organization up. So long as you understand it and it can move your company forward, it needs to be short and sweet. Because when you're regurgitating it, whether it's an elevator pitch or you're basically telling somebody about your organization, you don't want to be thumbing through pages like, oh, well, this is my message. And, this is my marketing. You just want to be able to say, hey, look, this is what I do. This is how I do it, blah, 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 blah. All right. So the first who is going to be, what is your company name? So like, who are you? So the first W is going to be, who are you? Meaning, what's your company name? And you'll just put like your company name, like for your life coaching company. And it could be anything. All right. Now the second who is basically going to be your logo. All right. Because just say, when you talk about phrases like branding, basically all that means is if I don't see your company name, and I see your logo, I can identify your organization. And then vice versa. If I see your logo without your company name, I can say, hey, this is such and such company. All right. So your name and your logo are going to be, probably like the two most important things. All right. Besides yourself. All right. Now, all right, within this 5 Ws, 1 H, you're going to get your marketing plan, your advertising plan. Like, it's just going to be mashed, like a mashable plan. All right. So just say you got your company name, you got your logo. What you want to do is go ahead and get your email address in the same name. So just say if it's Teen Life Coaching, you want to get Teen Life Coaching at gmail.com or whatever is compatible with that name. All right, and it doesn't matter. Like if you got, like I've used Gmail for 6-figure companies. Long as now I would say, long as you don't use a Yahoo, not to say anything against Yahoo, but it's kind of outdated as far as people are used to seeing Gmail or your company email or even AOL. So just get the Gmail. All right. So the next who is going to be, who are you as a person as it relates to your actual company. So it would just the relevant stuff as far as you being a life coach. So you might say, okay, well, I'm a college student and I've had these accomplishments. All right, that's a life achievement. So any life achievements, any credentials, any insurmountable odds that you overcame, that's going to be relevant to who you are. Because when people begin to hire you, they're going to be like, okay, well, what qualifies you to be a life coach? Now, everybody's on different levels. So don't ever feel like, okay, well, I hadn't lived long enough, so I don't. It's always going to be something. Sorry, just say you're in college now. So guess what? High school people, you can actually coach them. Middle school people, you can coach them, and you'll probably be able to coach most adults too, because we live in a era where age doesn't mean maturity, just like a low age doesn't mean immaturity. We're people that have experiences. So, all right, who you are, just kind of basically summarize what makes you a good life coach, basically.
Yeah.
All right. And then you can also just, if you want to put future projections, you can say, well, you can add this. Hey, look, I took a life coaching certification, because I'll actually send you a certificate just for a course. All right. Now,
Sounds good.
All right. The next who is going to be basically your target market. So who are you going to be targeting? All right. So just say if I was in college, since college makes up a really big demographic, I probably would target college. I would probably target college students and high school students. Now, if you want to be more direct, then you can look at, race, gender, and then specific age. That would be your target market. So just say you might have heard the term customer avatar, meaning if you could draw or picture your ideal customer, that's going to be your third who, like meaning who are you going to be targeting. So that's going to be your customer avatar, your target market, the person that your message is going to resonate with the most. All right. Okay. Now, what's that? All right.
Yep.
Okay, so next we're gonna have what? All right, and that's gonna be what products and services will you be marketing? Because even though life coach seems like a speaking business, you actually are gonna break it down into products and services. In which once I send you the course, it'll kind of help guide you on creating your plans, your packages, and your services. But all right, just say ideal products would be, all right, you might have a webinar. All right, you might have a recorded webinar. You can do it on Zoom, and it might just talk about, hey, look, this is how you transition from high school to college, and you'll just talk about the pain points, whether it's leaving your hometown, leaving your family, transitioning into college. You might talk about your freshman year issues, sophomore year issues. You want to be more specific. That way, it's targeted to a specific person or a group of people. So, all right, just say, like I said, it can be an ebook, it can be a webinar, it can be an audio course, it can be your life coach can be packaged in a workshop, workbook. So these are idea products and services. And then, of course, you would also have one-on-one coaching. And then you just kind of think about, how much you can always go back and, think about the pricing. And like I said, I'll send you the course, and it'll kind of help you, get your pricing and all that situated. Group coaching, you can also offer that. So just say it might be some organizations or different groups. They say, hey, look, we want to bring in a life coach, and they hire you, and then you present, your material. So also you probably want to list the different areas or topics that you want to life coach in. So you might talk about, like I said, the college experience. You might talk about dating experience. You might talk about starting your life over after a layoff or getting fired. You might talk about getting your first job out of college or getting a job in college. You want to look at the demographic that you want to speak to, and then you want to look at the pain points, meaning what issues and challenges would they face, and then if they align with things that you can speak on, then you want to basically create packages around that, and that just makes it really easy.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Now all right, good deal. Now the second one is going to be, what can your clients, what can they expect from you? Sorry, what can they expect from you? And that could be like expectations can be like, all right, you're a good listener. Now, if you want to be a life coach, you definitely want to be a good listener because you want to hear the problem, then analyze it, and then propose a solution. Like, hey, look, this is what you can do. So you want to be a good listener. Like, what can they expect? Like, all right, you want to be a good listener. You want to be attentive to their needs because remember, it's going to be about them, not you. You're the problem solver. They have a slight issue or challenge that needs to be solved. All right. You want to be very responsive. Meaning if somebody reaches out to you, all right, just think one of the biggest issues we have now among young people is the suicide rate, right? So if I send you an IG and say, hey, look, or you just notice on my page, hey, look, I'm feeling like crap today. I don't want to live. Guess what? As a life coach, i.e. change agent, you'll need to basically respond very fast. That way you can prevent a dramatic situation. So you just want to be very responsive. Like once you hear keywords, like when people are really not just feeling like living, then you want to basically have some kind of solution to where you can kind of show them the brighter side of life. All right.
Yep.
All right. Okay. And then the next what is what can your partners expect from you? All right. Now your partners would be more like strategic partners. Like you might talk at some children homes. All right. It might be alternative schools where kids got kicked out of the main school. You might even go to foster homes. And these are some ideal clients that you can reach out to get started speaking. You might reach out to organizations like Big Brother, Big Sister organization, Boys and Girls Club. So what could they expect from you? All right. One of the things that I can see is, hey, look, I'm positive. I'm optimistic. All right. You chose to be a life coach, so you want to help people. So those are, key points that you want to hit on. And these are forming basically your thoughts because they're going to ask you and you don't want to have the deer in the head. Like, look, that's why I'm kind of giving you all this information because it's like, it's manageable and it's not long to where you couldn't regurgitate it. So when they ask you, hey, so why do you feel like you can help us? You want to tell them, hey, look, I got an optimistic view on life. I love helping people, blah, blah, blah. You want to just be able to give it to them. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next W is going to be when. Like, when do you plan on launching your business? All right. Hopefully this year. If not, I would say the beginning of next year. But what you want to do is put a deadline, put a date on paper because they say a goal without a date is just a dream. So you want to basically have a date like, all right, I'm going to start this date. Now, with your company not being not even a costly startup, because really it's just deciding to do it. Because see, now that we live in a digital era, you can actually life coach online and it really costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. So in the next section, we'll kind of breeze through how to set up the business part. and it'll probably come out to probably maybe $100, if that. And that's just more like business,
Okay.
like bank account. That way, if an organization hire you, they can actually write a check out to your life coaching business. But we'll cover that in a minute. All right. So the next W is going to be where. All right. Now, where meaning where are you going to offer your services? Like, is it just going to be local in your area? Of course, you want to add online. So I would say online services worldwide. So that automatically makes your business global, because you can just jump on Zoom or Skype or a conference anywhere in the world. All right. So it's definitely going to be online and global. And then offline, you might say, all right, well, I can cover my county or my state. And that way, when people start to look to book you, you already know your parameters as far as your geographic reach. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the second where is, where can they find you? All right. So you want to basically, be consistent with your company as far as you want to have a presence on social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Snapchat, IG, Facebook. Where can they find, if you got an organic website, your email, your number that you're willing to give out. So you want to have basically all the different avenues where people can actually find your services. I would add, go ahead and get, like, you can get a free Google business page, and it's going to be in the course. Like, it'll have a link, but I think it's just google.com/business. And you can basically set up a free listing. That way people can find you on there. You can also set up a free listing on Yelp, YELP.com, and you'll basically, list your life coaching business for free, or list yourself as a life coach. And that way you can generate leads so you can start helping people. All right. So those are like a few. And like I said, it's going to be in the course too. And they'll probably have a little more details. All right. Now, the last W is going to be why. All right. And you kind of answer that at the beginning, just like Eric Thomas said. The two most important days in your life is when you was born, and then when you discover why you was born. So, all right, your why for your business is, why do you want to be a life coach anyway? You'll write that down, because that'll be your mission statement and your vision statement. Like, why did you become a life coach? And it, like I said, it'll kind of be like either what you sent me on IG or, what you said at the beginning. All right. Then your second why is going to be, why should companies hire you? All right. So you have to ask yourself, all right, why should companies hire me? And then you want to basically say, either something like, hey, look, I have a passion for helping people. If it's anything you're studying currently that leads towards that why, like, hey, look, I took psychology classes. I took teen suicide prevention course, or watch several hours of YouTube videos. So whatever is the reason why people hire you, you want to basically put that down. Because, like I said, some people are bold enough to actually ask. They don't want to waste your time or their time. So they might be like, okay, well, why would you be a good speaker for this platform or for this class or for this organization? All right. And then the next why is, why would partners can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, no, that's cool. The third why is, why would partners want to partner with you? All right, and it's hopefully because you're dependable, you're coachable. That's going to be a popular phrase throughout your life. People want to deal with people that are coachable, and then hardworking. No one wants to pull everybody's weight. They want you to pull your weight. They'll pull their weight, and that's a partnership. All right. Now, the last component is how. All right. How is basically, how are you going to reach your audience? All right. A natural answer is going to be social media. Like, that's the freest, best form of advertising, marketing, and promotions. All right. In the course, I talk about Canva. All right. Canva is an app that you can download on your phone for free, and you can actually create your own flyers, your business card, your posters. So you can get yourself out there as far as marketing, advertising, and promotions through creating your own advertisement. All right. You can also get out there through YouTube. So basically, you can use all the social media tools. Plus, you want to mix it up with some of the old school methods, meaning you want to actually call other organizations and just ask, hey, do you mind if I come do a free speech to the teens? Do you mind if I come to the foster home and reassure the kids that, hey, people still care out here? So you want to be aggressive, like waiting on somebody to book you or waiting on somebody to reach out to you. That's passive. All right. Aspiring hope is actually passive aggressive. So you want to be assertive, intentional, and aggressive. So you want to reach out to people, plus you want to promote and advertise your products and services. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like I said, you'll get the business plan course. You'll get like 3 different courses that'll kind of help you, with everything else as far as just the notes that you just took. It'll kind of put it into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we'll go over setting up your business real quick. All right. So first thing you want to do is, all right, just if you want to make it a legal life coaching business, all right, you want to get your tax ID number. Now, if it's just you can actually use your social security number. If you didn't want to use your social security number, you can actually just go to irs.gov and get a free tax ID number. Like they'll send it to you in like 3 days. Like, hey, you just click it, you can fill it out. It's probably like 1 sheet, basic information, company name, address, and then you'll get your tax ID number. Once you get your tax ID number, or unless you decide to use your social, you'll basically just go to the local business department in your town, which you can find just by asking somebody in the blue pages or calling a government office, where you pay your water bill or light bill, or where people pay, and just say, hey, where's the business license department? All right, then you'll go down there. Usually a business license is only about probably like $45, $50. And it's going to be, it's not expensive. And it's going to be really straightforward, just basic information, company name, address. If they ask you, unless you form a LLC, you'll say sole proprietorship, and that just means it's just you. So that means you can use your tax ID number or your social, and then you'll just.
Isn't it better to have LLC instead of sole proprietorship because of taxes?
I have an LLC. It just depends on, it's more of a preference thing. Now LLC is good if you're going to be doing multiple businesses. Then you can have like your LLC as an umbrella company, and then you can do multiple days, which means doing business as. So I've done some proprietorships, and I do have an LLC. So it just depends. Now, if you decide to go the LLC route, that's just registering your business with the Secretary of the State in your state. Go on the state website for the Secretary of the State, or you can go in person. It's just probably like 2 or 3 forms. Now that costs about, here in South Carolina, it costs like $110. And it's really information like the name of your LLC, if you got any partners, address, just basic information. So just say business license about $50, LLC about $110. All right, and you can go either. All right, now once you got either one of them, what you want to do, say you get the business license or the LLC. Next step, you want to take it to your bank, whoever you bank with or whoever you want to bank with, and you just tell them you want to open a business bank account. And that way your bank account is going to be in your company name. All right. Now, if you're not good with checks, like most people, get a debit card. That way you can just easily swipe to keep up with your deductions. And deductions would be anytime you spend money on anything related to your business, whether it's a logo, courses, company t-shirt, gas going to speak, meals that you talk about life coaching, like all of those would be considered tax deductions. So it's easier to keep up with if you use your business debit card. And then later on in life, you can get QuickBooks and just implement it with your debit card, and then it'll itemize all your deductions for you. Because as a business, whether you make money or not, you'll actually have deductions because it costs to run your business. And that means your cell phone bill is a deduction, your internet is a deduction, even a percentage of where you live. your residence is a deduction.
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of learn how to, stay on track with your deduction. All right.
Got it.
And then once you do those three things, you like get your tax ID number, LLC or business license, and then your bank account. Legally, you're in business now. All right. Yes, ma'am. Now, did you have any specific questions that you want me to answer for you, just about setting up the business, or because you'll get a lot of information in the course, and it'll kind of help you structure your packages and your prices. But did you have any specific questions you want me to answer for you?
I do not have any specific questions at the moment.
Okay. Are you headed to class now?
I'm about to charge my phone.
Okay.
Wanted to get to a place. It's on 7%. I'm walking and talking and listening.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Hey, we're in the digital era, so it's like you can do everything.
Yeah.
But now, let's see where we at with time. Far as like I said, really, I packaged, probably most of it, all the questions in the course. So we went over. So your business plan is gonna be your foundation. You always want to start there. So once you compile that, it'll probably be 1, 2, or 3 pages, real simple. Probably might not even be that, but that's gonna be your foundation. And then just say, break down into like your advertising strategy, marketing, your operations, and then when I send you the course, it'll kind of show you how to structure your packaging, give you ideas on pricing, because just say, as far as charging people, all right, just say we was doing a one-on-one session. All right, there's no standard for like pricing. Like you charge whatever you feel comfortable. So if you feel comfortable getting $15 to $30 an hour, then you just one-on-one life coaching sessions, $15 to $30 an hour. Now you can charge based on the issue that you're gonna be solving. Like if somebody say, well, I need to know everything about going from high school to college. All right. Then you probably gonna cover a lot more information like GPA, SATs, ACT, just all the information that takes them from high school to college. Yeah.
All right.
And that's probably gonna be a really. I can hear you.
Yeah. What you said?
Okay. Yeah. Now, making that transition from high school to college, that's probably going to be a really big opportunity for you in life coaching, because a lot of people just don't know. Like, just say, I didn't know anything about a GPA until my first year in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like my first year in college. Think about it. You need a GPA to apply for colleges. I didn't know anything about it till my first year in college.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I would definitely create like a life coaching package for people transitioning from high school to college. And I would probably talk about like ACT testing, SAT testing. I would talk about GPA. I would talk about college visits, because those are important. I would talk about the culture of college, because you got, fraternities, sororities, you got honor programs, you got student organizations. I would talk about like just all the different things that can happen in between. Even now, if you get in, because we're in a society where relationships happen, so you can talk about, hey, look, going from high school to college. Hey, look, a lot of men and women, they'll be going through situations where they might be leaving their hometown boyfriend or girlfriend in that the state, and they're going to school out of state. So you can, there might be a coaching opportunity, because they might go through what they call it separation anxiety. So they might need somebody to talk to, like, hey, this is, what you can expect. It's not the end of the world. Blah, blah, blah. In the dating realm, I would also definitely probably talk about getting over a heartbreak, because I'm willing to bet somewhere in the suicide rate, heartbreaks probably rank up there with bullying. like as far as reasons people commit suicide. So just say I would probably read and watch a little more information on how to comfort somebody after a heartbreak. Also, you want to
Mhm.
have an anti-bullying program. That would be a good life coaching package to create is an anti-bullying program because I think that's kind of really big. If you've been watching news lately, or listen to the radio, race relations is an issue. So whether it's Republicans versus Mexicans, or blacks versus whites, or Americans versus immigrants. Like it's a lot going on with race relations. So you probably even create some different sessions based on that too. Like, hey, look, this is how I feel about it. This is how we should look at it. Because really, it's kind of like a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, and it just shows how much we don't really do effective communication because it's like, we're all people. We just have different cultural backgrounds, different ethnics, different races, different religions, and some different languages. But it shouldn't be to the point where, we want to kill or hurt somebody else. So those would be things that I would, as a life coach, i.e., change agent, because just say if Dr. Martin Luther King was still living, he would probably be considered probably one of the most powerful life coaches or change agents, even still today. So, like, just say his professional title would probably be more so a life coach versus a preacher, because he actually didn't really care about color, race, uh, gender, stuff like that. So he would be the ultimate life coach. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Is there anything else that you had questions about, far as like operating your business or operating in that space?
No questions at the moment.
Okay.
I'm
Now, as
absorbing.
far as promoting it, like I would probably like if you can tell, like I got one of my brands on. It's a t-shirt. It got fireyyourbossman.com. Now it's not active yet,
Hmm.
but I own the domain. So just say an easy way to promote your business, just get a life coaching shirt. It might just say life coach. And then on the back it might got your logo and
Okay.
your company name. Then when people start seeing you as what you want to be seen as, which is a life coach, right? So you might
Hmm.
might get you a wristband made, like the little silicone wristband with life coach. You want to share life coaching, like positive quotes daily, and then just say once you set up, just say if you don't want to go with the organic website, once you set up your free Google business page, just every post you just include the link, and then once you start creating plans and packages, then you can use Canva, the free app, to actually promote them. So you might, all right, and I
Hmm.
would do them separately. Sorry, just say if you have a plan for just say transformation from high school to college, that would be one flyer. If you have a speech for heartbreaks, that would be another flyer. If you had a speech for anti-bullying or sessions or programs for that. So with each major topic that you attack, as far as being a life coach and fixing that problem, just create a separate flyer for it. All right, and then just say throughout the day, you're either sharing positive posters or memes about those situations. You can share videos relevant, like talking about those different challenges and situations, and then you say off campus, or I mean offline. Basically, you want to look for opportunities to speak. All right, because like it's a saying, if you want to be a speaker, guess what? You got to start off speaking for free, or start off speaking
Hmm.
in general. Meaning, you want to look for opportunities to volunteer, whether it's the Salvation Army. You might be, speaking to the homeless. I've volunteered for a while, basically helping serve the homeless. I actually also volunteered for Junior Achievements, and I taught entrepreneurship throughout the school system for free. And then later on in life, I created my own youth organization, which is actually a global academy where I teach entrepreneurship. But I basically honed my skill by doing it for free and getting my name out there as that type of person, like a youth business coach. So you want to probably, I would say, I would volunteer anywhere from 2 to 10 hours a week, and just I would probably look at children homes. I would look at, boys homes, girls homes, shelters, foster homes. You might go speak at daycares. You want to look at the pain points and problem areas. So just say wherever
Mm-hmm.
group is the highest suicide rate, you want to find organizations with that age group, and you want to basically put it out there that, hey, look, I speak to their pain. I'm a life coach for them, and that way, just say when they get their annual budgets and they're looking for a speaker the next year, you already be in position, because they'll be like, hey, look, our team organization came out, they spoke to the kids, spoke to the youth, and she did a great job. So hey, we're gonna book her next year to basically do events with us. So you want to just put yourself out there to where people know what you do and how you do it. That way they can, make a decision for bringing you back.
True.
Absolutely. All right. Well, unless you got any other questions, I'm gonna look back and get your email. I think you sent it an IG. I'll send you the course,
Yeah.
and it'll actually talk about creating courses for yourself to sell. It'll talk about the coaching business, and then I'll send you the business plan one that'll kind of help you, narrow down your business plan.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Okay.
Much
Well,
appreciated. It was
no
great.
problem. You got all my
Great
contact.
to meet you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Mhm.
So just say, like I said, from now on, anytime you need help, reach out to me, whether it's email, IG, and then I just kind of help you, mentor you into your business so you feel comfortable, and then you just take it from there.
Thank you.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, you too.
All right, bye bye.